Happy St. Patrick's Day. I wish I had something better to say. My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate last spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bomb so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Well, I lost the election and am not running. The ticking time bombs, they're still here, if not more so. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 16K2, the Trump-Ryan I don't care, no care plan. Now, the current Republican Ryan-Trump health care bill, if this was good, wouldn't Trump have his name on it like he has so many other things? Big clue, not. Matt Bay of Yahoo News calls this plan the Bizarro plan. The guy who is the opposite of Superman. Well, the Ryan Trump health care plan is the opposite of the Bob Dole, Max Baucus plan, or what we know as the ACA. While the ACA's goal was to get as many folks on insurance, the HCA, American Health Care Act, is to get as many folks off of insurance as possible. That is to carve out $300 billion so Trump can take from the working poor and give to the billionaires. You need a big program to get billions for the billionaires. Understand the head of the CBO, Congressional Budget Office, is a Republican appointee. If given half a chance, he is going to put this law in the best possible light. Plain and simple, this plan is to save $300 billion to be given to the billionaires at the expense of older, hardworking folks like you and me. The projection that this law would get rid of 24 million folks from insurance is most likely a real understatement. The HCA will do more. This law is aimed to save money. And where can the Alcons save the most money? Is from us older folks. Again, you and me. Those that will soon need to use the insurance. The working, older, poorer folks. Folks in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Folks that have been worked into the ground or disability. Folks who have given their all and folks who have been the most productive generation at great personal expense and cost to themselves. I know something about that. Alcon's method firsthand. They used it on my wife. My wife works hard. She is no slacker. Like so many of us, she worked on concrete floors, as most of us do now. And like most folks that work on concrete floors, from basketball players to clerks, their knees and their back have taken a beating over the years. I would work during the days, she would work third shift, so we could share one car. One night she was putting up cases of toilet paper up on a ladder. The ladder which she had to use wasn't tall enough, so she reached and strained and put it in place. When her knees buckled and she fell down the ladder. When I got to see her, her knee was the size of a softball. Her leg was black and blue from the thigh to her ankle. She was crying in extreme pain. I took her to a walk-in clinic. They wouldn't pay for the ER. Had a few rehab visits for a couple of weeks because of the condition was, quote, pre-existing. That was all that workman's comp would pay because she could do other jobs. No short-term disability time was allowed. It was soon harder and harder for her to work and for her to endure the pain. So I marched her down to the Lexington office, SSI office. She needed to stop working, and I knew it. We sat down, and from her looks and the process for disability started. We had to have her doctors write letters to SSI and fill out SSI forms. She had to see SSI doctors to sign off on her. It That took a few months. We read the terms, and she could make no more than $1,000 a month for any month. At first, she stayed at home, but she was used to being out, and also my wages were being garnished. We needed to make some money to make up for this, the mortgage. She didn't want to take a chance of going over, and she scheduled to be $200 less than the max. After a year, there was an audit, and we were told she had made $21 too much one month and had been thrown off of SSI disability. Also, we have to pay back that SSI $10,000 we received that year. We wondered, how can this be? In the interim, the new Tea Party Congress put in a raise the bar and lower the people amendment and lowered the income requirements to another $200, but didn't put any money to tell anyone on disability. She only went over that mark by $21. She was given holiday pay for the 4th of July week, and that put her over. We appealed and were allowed to restart the process of getting back on SSI disability. That took a couple months. We had to repay the $10,000, and that was garnished from her SSI checks for over a year. Both I and my wife's income was now being garnished simultaneously. If she was a druggie and made her money in cash, this would have never happened. But because she was a hard-working, honest person and needed to do some work, we again faced ruin within 1 year's time. This was a fun year. If I didn't go to the head of the stream and get my information, I would be the most anti-government person around. But I got the rest of the story first. Today, the Trump-Ryan HCA bill has the same little amendment, but they have learned. And today's AHCA has, if you go over, you can't get back clause, permanently taking the hardworking folks off of Medicaid expansion rolls. That is how they are planning on doing this reduction. The whole thing is designed against good, hardworking folks who are between 40 and 67. The AHCA is also going to hurt rural folks the most too, farmers especially. Sorry, but I see this law as a Republican take care of the billionaires to a $300 billion and a self-retirement health program for us hardworking folks. This will all lead the hardworking folks who are run into the ground after years of hard work and pain. And we have a solution for that. The pill factories of Eastern Kentucky and Virginia are doing a fine business with death do us part pain pills. That's your future. That is why I see the Trump-Ryan AHCA as the Republican I don't care, no care bill, which is all about to replace the Bob Dole, Mac boxes, not so affordable healthcare bill. And that is the ticking time bomb, if passed. I also bet that the vote for it will be on a Saturday morning. So news of the vote don't get out until after the vote. The Alcons have followed this plan so far, so why change? Call your representative today and let them know you know the rest of the story. End of part 16K2, the Trump-Ryan I don't care, no care plan. You have a good and blessed day. Bye.